Hey gang, welcome back to Opaw's Diecast, Wrecks, and Restorations. Today is the opening day of the Opaw's TV and movie build-off. Make sure you check out some of the other participants listed there on the screen. My car of choice is the 1968 Dodge Dart GTS convertible of Joe Mannix from the TV detective series Mannix. We started out with that Hot Wheels version of a 68 Dodge Dart. I picked up 4 of them because this was a first for me, so I figure I had 4 chances to totally screw it up. Tell you what, these new plastic bases are a bitch to pop off. Not many pieces in these anymore. Here I'm showing you the lines that it's going to have cut off to make it into a convertible. And I took my jeweler saw which work out really well for diecast. So if you can, pick yourself up one. Whoop, dropped it right off there. Magic. Now you see where I blacked out the hood. Now we're going to take that saw and put it on my V-notch and cut that hood scoop off. A little backstory for you. This car was originally customized by George Barris, and the hood scoops that were on it from the factory, he just mudded them in with the body putty and then cut the end out, making his own custom air scoops. Then I get ready here after it pops off, put some tape underneath and getting ready to fill it in with a little JB Weld. I'm mixing it up here. By the way, all the participants that I listed earlier, I'll try to get them linked in at the end. Another thing George Barris did was he wanted to make the Duckbill Air Scoop at the back, or the wind scoop, whatever you want to call it, spoiler. So he just ran body putty across there and then carved it out. Another interesting thing is years later when they found the car abandoned, that was one of the only things that stayed, was his body putty customizing. Here I'm chroming the wheels. This is the only thing I could find in my collection of stuff that had some semblance to the old Kragers 5-spoke wheels. I don't have a lot of money for my hobby, so I got to make do with what I got. Sorry, George. So I just chromed in the spokes on this set that I found on another car. I took 2 pieces of the brass tubing 1/16 and epoxied and JB welded them to the hood, and then I just cut them down with the file and flared them. It's kind of originally the shape that they came from the factory before George Barris decided to change the outlook of it by puttying them in. Light coat of primer. This is the closest I could come to the original color. Actually, the original color from the factory was a bright red. George had a dark green metallic sprayed on it. That's the only name they ever put to it, dark green metallic. So that's what I did, dark green metallic. I wanted to detail up the interior. So I got a pin, heated it up, put a little bend in it for the stick shift, and forced it through in the right location. Then after I got it in and lined up, I hid it underneath with the little super glue and then snipped off the excess tin material. Didn't like that solid looking goofy steering wheel. Here, putting a little detail in. Right below that duckbill spoiler. Here's a little shot of the interior of the actual car. The only thing I didn't enjoy was after I got all done doing all that to that other, I knocked it off the table and then ran over it with the rollers on my chair. So I started again, and the first thing I did was change that goofy steering wheel. This one's a little bigger, not really quite to scale, but it's got more detail to it, especially since this car is a convertible. The only thing I didn't add to this was that Motorola telephone that he had in there in the show. Here's all the pieces ready to be reassembled. A little quick peek. Ah! Not a little. Ah! There's another one. That's 2010. Mike Connors, the new owner of the car, brought it to him to look at. And he ended up passing away at 91 from leukemia. As I said, rest in peace. Here's what we started with. Hot Wheels. This is what we ended up with. The other thing I didn't add to it was the little blinker indicators that went on the top of the ends of the fenders in the front. They were just too small to really deal with. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And remember, check out the other participants in the build-off or challenge, whatever you want to call it. I list them again at the end in the credits. Thanks for everybody who did participate in the build-off. Looking forward to seeing your vehicles. Goodbye.